Imagine a patient in a clinical trial for depression. Despondent after an argument, in a desperate act, they swallowed all 29 remaining capsules at once. They're rushed to the emergency room, their blood pressure dangerously low, their body shutting down. Doctors work frantically to save them. But then, a chilling discovery. The patient was in the placebo group. The pills they swallowed were just sugar. The patient's body was shutting down because it believed it had been poisoned. Their life was in danger because of a belief, not a drug. This is the story of the placebo effect's dark opposite, a hidden power of the human mind that can cause real, measurable harm, the nocebo effect. To understand this dark power of the mind, we first have to look at its more famous, benevolent twin, the placebo effect. You've probably heard of it. In medicine, a placebo is a harmless sugar pill with no active ingredient. The placebo effect is the remarkable phenomenon where patients who think they are getting a real drug but are only taking the sugar pill report feeling genuinely better. And this isn't just imagination. Brain scans have shown that the belief that you are receiving treatment can cause the brain to release its own natural painkillers, called endorphins. The expectation of healing can create real healing, especially for subjective conditions like pain, fatigue, and depression. It's a powerful demonstration of the mind's ability to influence the body for the better. The placebo is the hero of this story. But what happens when that exact same power is used not to heal, but to harm? If the placebo is the mind's power to heal, the nocebo is its power to harm. The name comes from Latin, meaning, I shall harm. It's the phenomenon where a negative expectation of a substance or a situation leads to a real negative physical outcome. It starts with a suggestion, the warning from a doctor, a scary list of side effects on a drug commercial, or the belief in a curse. This negative expectation triggers the fear and anxiety centers of our brain. In response, the brain floods the body with very real and very powerful stress hormones, like cortisol. This isn't just a feeling, it's a chemical reaction. These hormones can increase our sensitivity to pain, cause inflammation, and create genuine physical symptoms. In short, your brain is so convinced that something bad is going to happen, it starts making it happen. The symptoms are not all in your head. The cause is. This isn't just a theory. Scientists have tested the incredible power of the nocebo effect in a series of ingenious and sometimes startling experiments. One of the most famous studies involved a group of people who were all severely allergic to poison ivy. Researchers rubbed one of their arms with a completely harmless leaf, but told the subject it was poison ivy. Then, they rubbed the subject's other arm with a real poison ivy leaf, but told them it was a harmless plant. The results were astonishing. In almost every case, the subject's belief overrode their physical reality. They broke out in a real, painful, blistering rash on the arm that had been touched by the harmless leaf. And on the arm that was actually rubbed with poison ivy, most of them had little to no reaction at all. Their belief that the leaf was safe was enough to suppress their body's allergic response. This has been proven in other fields as well. Asthmatic patients, given a placebo and told it might constrict their airways, have developed genuine breathing difficulties. These studies provide undeniable proof. The mind doesn't just think, it builds our physical reality, and a negative belief can be as powerful as any poison. But the nocebo effect is more than just a scientific curiosity found in clever experiments. In the real world, it's a massive, multi-billion-dollar problem that affects the health of millions and complicates the creation of new medicines. The problem is most obvious in clinical trials for new drugs. When a drug is tested, one group gets the real pill and another gets the placebo. But both groups are given the same long, intimidating list of potential side effects. And in study after study, A huge number of people in the placebo group report experiencing those exact side effects. They get real headaches, real nausea, and real pain. In some trials, up to a quarter of the placebo group drops out because the nocebo-induced side effects are so severe. This contaminates the data, making it incredibly difficult for scientists to know if a new drug is actually safe. It can delay or even kill the development of life-saving medicines and wastes billions of dollars in research every year. The nocebo effect is a ghost in the machine of modern medicine, a powerful, invisible force born from our own fear, making us sick and hindering our ability to heal. The power of the nocebo effect in a clinical setting is startling. But it raises a darker question. What are the absolute limits of this power? Can a negative belief actually kill? For centuries, doctors and explorers have documented a phenomenon known as voodoo death. In cultures across the globe, there are credible reports of healthy people who, after being cursed or having a bone pointed at them by a shaman, simply lie down, refuse to eat or drink, and die within days. For a long time, this was dismissed as superstition. But today, many scientists believe it is the most extreme example of the nocebo effect in action. The unwavering belief in their own impending death triggers a massive and continuous flood of stress hormones. The body's fight-or-flight response goes into overdrive and never shuts off, eventually leading to a catastrophic drop in blood pressure and circulatory collapse. They are not killed by magic. They are killed by the physiological power of their own unrelenting terror. It's the ultimate proof that the most powerful poison isn't what you put into a person's body, but what you put into their mind. The placebo and the nocebo are two sides of the same coin. They are the undeniable proof that our minds are not passive observers of our biology. They are active participants. The expectation of healing can create healing, and the expectation of harm can create harm. The most important lesson from this is the incredible physical power of words and suggestion, especially from those we trust. When a doctor tells a patient, "This is going to hurt," they are not just stating a fact. Their words can amplify the pain. When a drug commercial spends 30 seconds listing terrifying side effects, it may be inadvertently creating them in some viewers. The challenge for all of us is to understand this hidden connection between our beliefs and our bodies. It's a profound reminder that the stories we are told and the stories we tell ourselves have the power to shape our reality, or to leave it unmade.